So we did our project on internet privacy using Google Sites. The first part is ways to increase your internet privacy. So a way that you could increase your internet privacy is with your social media is to update the privacy settings, such as making your Instagram account a private account, making it only so your followers are people you know by having to request to follow you and you have to accept their request. And Facebook, you can change a various amount of settings to change the different people that can see stuff like your profile photos and your news feed as well as just normal photos. Another way to increase your internet privacy is to use VPNs. VPNs are really safe ways to block any unwanted attention while using public Wi-Fi. Using public Wi-Fi can somehow leave you vulnerable to people that like hackers and the government being able to see your information. Using a VPN can change your location and can give that extra block from any anyone you don't want to see your information. Another way would be to not share personal information online as well as being aware of scammers. A strategy of scamming would be email phishing, such as this one. It's obvious that this is not a Netflix email address, and most emails like this using this strategy will have some spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes. Another strategy that scammers use is online catfishing. Some people will use photos of really attractive people to get your attention and try to get your money. Some signs of a scam would be to that they profess love quick, they ask for money a lot and lure you off the dating site. They always claim to need money for emergencies, hospital bills, or travel, plans to visit, but cancels last second. The fourth way to increase your internet privacy would be to turn off your location. Turning on your location is okay when you use your GPS or to find any nearby restaurants or businesses that you're looking for. Google location history also is also an issue, as if the privacy settings aren't changed, people will be able to see your most common locations, how often you're there, and the addresses of your most common locations, as well as the coordinates. In these photos here, it shows some steps to turn off your location for Apple phones and Android. And the fifth and final way to increase your internet privacy would be to review your application permissions. Mobile apps always prompt you to give them permission to access many different parts of your phone, like your photos, camera, contacts, and more. Apps can use this to program marketing and advertising based on your information. The next part of the Google site is the Facebook data privacy scandal. The Facebook data privacy scandal was one of the biggest data leaks of all time and the biggest in Facebook history. Facebook was hit with a $5 billion fine in discipline of this from Congress. The way it happened was a man named Alexander Kogan created a personality quiz called This Is Your Digital Life, which was available through an external app in Facebook. He paid 270,000 people to take this test, and then their information was sold to Cambridge Analytica. These 270,000 people were exploited and had their accounts accessed, as well as their friends' accounts, and then the friends of their friends, which led to a network of over 87 million Facebook users. This video is a 5-minute summary. This scandal just shows how unsafe our data is on the internet. 87 million people's personal information was exploited for political and financial gain.
All right, so I'm Madeline, and this is my half of the presentation on Internet Privacy Multimedia Project. The pages that I have created in this site is Internet Privacy Laws, Social Media Privacy, and HTTP cookies, sorry. So first off, I'm going to click over to our menu here and go to Internet Privacy Laws. The first internet privacy law I have is the Federal Trade Commission Act of 1914. I have their logo here to the left. The FTC regulates deceptive and unfair commercials and also enforces companies to comply with privacy policies. The next one I have is Children's Online Privacy Act, Privacy Protection Act of 1998, otherwise known as COPA or COPPA. This requires certain online content to request parental consent before granting children under the age of 13 access to the website. This is super important because children need to be less exposed to certain things on the internet, and having parental consent is very important. The next one I have here is Electronic Communications Privacy Act of 1986. The protection of electronic communications from being intercepted and accessed by an unauthorized source. The next one I have here is Computer Fraud and Abuse Act of 1986. This is the last one I have. This act makes it illegal for the involvement of computer-related activities to obtain and defraud any valuable information to an outside source. For example, there's like passwords and banking information, even like medical information. This act prevents that from happening. So an overview here. These laws were put into place by the U.S. government to try and control fraudulent acts online, as well as the amount of information able to be shared by minors on websites. So that was privacy laws. Next, I'm going to go to social media privacy. Here's an overview of this page. I'm actually going to scroll down to the bottom here first. Social media privacy is very important. Anyone can access personal information and use that to hack you. People can create a fake account to trick other people into thinking it is you. And this has actually happened to me in the past, so I pay close attention to privacy policies. And speaking of privacy policies, I have the 3 main apps that I personally use in my everyday life, and I know a lot of people use. My Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, and I actually have the links to their privacy policies here. So each title has their privacy policy. So Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. But I summed it up to the most important ones that I thought stood out. So for Facebook here, on your Facebook profile, you can manage who can see your posts and access your account. For a timeline on your profile, you can manage who can post on your timeline and tag you. in posts. And also on Facebook, you have the option to post your online activity so your friends can see if you're online or not. And you can also block and report people that you don't want on your account. Instagram privacy. Private, you can make your Instagram account private so people cannot see your posts unless you are friends with them. You can disable context, meaning you can limit who sees your account and who can look you up. And also, if you have any apps that are or websites that are affiliated with Instagram, you can block them from getting your information. And also you can require follow authorization. So if someone adds you as a friend, you can have the ability to decline or accept that friend request. For Snapchat privacy, you can allow access to your photos. Snapchat has the ability to be connected to your personal photos on your device. So you can allow Snapchat to have access to those photos or not. You can also turn off or on your location. So your friends on Snapchat can slide up on the Snap Map, it's called. So you have the ability to turn that off or on. And also Snapchat has a thing called ghost mode. You can turn that on for 24 hours or however long you want to block people from seeing your location. And also quick add. People can add you based on your current friends, contacts, and locations, so you can turn that off or on, depending on how you feel about that. I'm going to click over to the menu again and go to HTTP cookies. This is my last presentation here. So cookies. I have a little clip art here of a cookie because I thought it was funny. But anyway, so what is a cookie? Cookies are text files with small pieces of data, like a username or password, that are used to identify your computer as you use a computer network. There are two types of cookies. There are session cookies used by websites to track what you usually click on and what interests you, and persistent cookies that they're used to save passwords on websites, track what websites you go to over time, and do not go away even if you get rid of them or try to get rid of them. I have a video of explaining what is a cookie. It's just a 5-minute video. And are cookies dangerous? Short answer, yes. Third-party cookies they generally come from ads on websites and other outside sources. They often carry viruses and bad things for your computer. Allowing cookies means you are allowing the website to fully track your every move. Removing cookies can help eliminate risk of privacy breach. So I have a little clip art of somebody accepting or declining cookies. I took this from the Campbell Text opt-in or opt-out policies. Opt-in policies favored by consumer and privacy advocates require websites to obtain explicit permission from consumers before the sites can collect browsing history data. So if you go to a website, some websites have opt-in or opt-out policies, and you can accept or decline based on what you want to do. And so my works cited, I have internet privacy laws revealed, cookies, what you need to know and how they work, the complete guide to Facebook privacy settings, and yeah. So since the HTTP cookies is the last page on this site, I'm going to go ahead and close this presentation. Thank you for listening and following along to our presentation.